Man line out, they walk in, they go up. Very clean line out now to the backs, through the hands to the midfield. There goes Caminati, was it, in the number 15 jersey, and then offloading to the outside. Algeria have advantage, swinging it through the hands to the boat is Hugo Verdu, looking for that grass behind, but he knew he had a free play, so he could try and test the backfield. Ball goes into touch, but Algeria had advantage, and they'll quad start will Caminati be giving the Algerians. Scored 32 points last year in time. Evradulawi at the front row, and he's the first to pop up from that pressure from Algeria, but the ball is shuffled out to the backs, and what an exit kick. Verdu sends it out to Caminati. Caminati looking to deploy Neldi Mekdoud into open space, but it's well patrolled by Cote d'Ivoire, and the boat is forced from Verdu, who exits, and now the kicking battle goes on. The contest between Algeria and Cote d'Ivoire is non-stop. Here goes Gillen. Gillen tackled but offloads off the floor. Pass out to the captain, Marvin Youssef. Referee says advantage to the Lion Cubs. Big ball carrier, Mehdi Slimani, is in open space. But the ball is lost at the floor by Jalil Agweni, but advantage for Algeria.
Yeah, Algeria have got a good opportunity now to try and get off the mark. Otherwise, the earlier miss was not the best of executions. And you think that just one opportunity that Ivory Coast could take advantage of, and looking at how well they've been defending, you never know.
Good scrum from Algeria, rather, and they win a scrum penalty. That is the response. Flags are down. The wind is not breezing, and for the first time in this match, Ismail Martin is back on his there starting hook, and he makes no mistake with the line out. Offloads it out to Traore Sekou. Big ball carries Dio Mande. Enters the 22 successfully, just 10 meters short. Shuffling it through the hands to the outside. That is Elias Koulibaly, the captain. Slow ball. The forwards getting to work. This time it's in the hands of Husseini Kone. Well taken care of by Cote d'Ivoire. They are working backwards. Diomande again with his commanding figure and presence in the tight areas, but his support players gave away a penalty at that breakdown for illegal arrived in the evening. Good line out from Algeria. To the back, sends it up in the air. Hugo Verde has identified the winger out of position, but that's well recovered by Emmanuel Hulu. And oh my, Verde unable to judge the path and flight of that ball in the air, and then we have a player arriving late in there. Camille Bouregba, unnecessary from him to start. And maybe now Cote d'Ivoire can also get some points on the board. They do well, and make no mistake, at that point it's now back to square one. Algeria 3, Cote d'Ivoire 3. But what decision do they do? Referee gives a free kick to Algeria for Cote d'Ivoire, engaging early. Goes straight to Rain Barca. Carries it straight to the 5, and now the forwards overlapping on the open side. Mehdi Slimani. The Algerians have advantage. Diomande giving away another penalty. Hugo Verde goes up in the air. It's a cross kick, but it's off touch, and Kamer Boulegba cannot carry it and ground it. But Algeria will know they had a free play penalty. Hands on the ball, feigns a scratch, then goes back to the short side on the loop, but it's been lost forward by Algeria, and this time the referee gives a double blow of the whistle. Diomande has used up his 9 lives, so they are looking for that advantage play. The call is offside, and here again Algeria have a power play advantage. Rain Barca goes to the short side, combines with his number 9. Gillen will be touching down fast in the second quarter final.
By getting Diomande sin bin at the point that he was. So that gave them that numerical advantage, and also giving them that opening for them to get that first try of the game.
Ilyas Mohamed Bergal was on the open side. Gillen Cahill could have used him, but the overlap had already been down. Now Julian Caminati can make it double figures for Algeria as we look forward to the halftime break. Caminati, this time it's wide. So score will stay as is, 8 points to 3.
With the halftime score of 8-3, Cote d'Ivoire will be happy that they've been able to stay in it for as long as they have. They'll have a platform to build on.
Ball lost forward by...
I'm talking about them in this half. Not the kind of Algeria that we saw last year. Not this kind of errors as we're seeing this early afternoon.
To the short side. Hop step from Issa Bosono. Goes to the 22. It's ripped backwards by the Algerian defense. Ball is well secured by Cote d'Ivoire. Picked up by Bosono again. And he's taken high by the captain, Marvin Youssef. Finalists Namibia arrive here at the Mandela National Stadium. They will be taking on Senegal in the match that follows from this. But now, Sekou Traore to send us into halftime with just a 2-point game between Algeria and Cote d'Ivoire. Makes no mistake. That's the halftime score. 8 points Algeria lead against Cote d'Ivoire. We will be back after halftime. Well, we are back underway in the second half. Algeria leading Cote d'Ivoire by 8 points to 6. It's going to be a close contest between these two teams. And without further ado, Rein Barka decides to assert his authority against the Cote d'Ivoire forwards. But unfortunately, that pass looking for Mohamed Reda Ben Lebad. Rein Barka throws. Another rolling maul set up by Algeria. The Lion Cubs, they are marching into the 22. It splinters, but the front row stays bound, and they continue to march forward. Shuffled through the hands and advantage. Referee says he won't waste any more time. Awards the penalty try to Algeria. Complement of points. Algeria now up by 15 points. And Cote d'Ivoire down even further by a man after that penalty try. Is the Algeria team manager. He's the former general manager of Rugby Africa. And now he's here to see his team work hard and maybe qualify for the Rugby World Cup. Couple of handling errors from Algeria and Cote d'Ivoire. Algeria will take the advantage, kick it out of their 22 and just onto the line of the Cote d'Ivoire 22. Sekou Traore goes up and under. His eyes are up on the ball. He looks for the contest. But it is not a fair contest for anyone. And referee says play on as the ball bounced on the floor. Advantage for offside, this time against Umburu Dusu. And there goes the quick restart, the try scorer. Gillen offloads it out to Rein Barka. Rein Barka, grab a kick back in field. Claims to have been impeded. Ball rolls into touch. It's going to be a goal line dropout. This is it. This is that contest from Rein Barka. And Nashanabo Barka claims he was impeded. And now wait for...
He was.
Fair call through the opponent's in goal from the field of play into touch in goal, or on or over the dead ball line. The defending team can choose to have a drop out anywhere on or behind the 22-meter line. And that is what has led us this restart after that advantage by by Algeria on the restart.
He was still on the field. Let's look at that. He was tackled there.
Yeah, he's in touch already, and the ball is lost forward as well.
Yeah, exactly.
So no try. It will line out. For Cote d'Ivoire, they go to Bosono, and he fends some players off, throwing them to the floor. Now they carry on to the short side by Doso.
That was a big hit there.
It's been lost forward, unfortunately, after those strong carries by Hamed Diarra. Now Algeria looking to go out into open space. Offload to Caminati. Caminati in, out, does not throw the best of passes. Looks like they're shaping to go to the front. Algeria contest and win the ball. Marvin Youssef sends it out to the big man in the middle. This time it was Jebari. to Agweni. Algeria need to put some points. They've been camped in this area for quite some while. Caminati offloads it out wide to Makani, and he claims he has scored well by the Cote d'Ivoire, especially Bosono in that number 12 jersey. It's the second time he's made that try-saving tackle in the corner.
That's some really good refereeing. That's not a good line out from the Ivorians. They just give the ball straight away.
Algeria now, they've come as close as they've been this whole second half, through the hands. And look at that injection of pace from the midfield. Beautiful carry from Nadir Megdoud. The last time he was in this position, he passed the ball. This time he goes himself and scores the try that brings Algeria to 20 points.
I've heeded the call, and you can see that they've really improved. Their ball movement is better, and they're moving a lot quicker than they were in the first half. And now you can see how they're finding the gaps that they're exploiting.
And yeah, as expected, it was always going to be difficult given how low he's in the number 8 jersey, but taking on hooker duties at the line out. Throws. Contest from Cote d'Ivoire at the front, not successful. Referee says it bounced backwards. Play on is the call. Algeria back in that zone. There's Rain Barker overlapping on the outside. Offloads it out to the number 9, Hamed Grambute. Oh, apologies, Hakim Miloudi in 21 for Algeria. Now to the back door, to the backs. Kick across by Alexis Reno, and it's going to be an easy walk-in for Mohamed Abdel Hamid Makri for Algeria. A score that gets the fans applauding and on their feet. What a try.
Just look at that and how he picks the ball, and then he just slices it in the direction, gives it the perfect weight, and then the lock making the run in on the far side just picks his spot and then just touches down. That's very good play from the number 12.
You like to see the big men running. You like to see them. This time he makes no mistake, carves it through the uprights. First semi-final. Will it be Kenya? Will it be Uganda? For now, Algeria look like they will be the other semi-finalists on the other side of the draw. Rain Barker. Messi at the breakdown from Cote d'Ivoire. They give away yet another penalty. Yakine Jebari. Ball out wide and into open spaces. The midfielder Nadir Megdoud. Another beautiful line. And what a try.
Just look at that as the ball is picked up by the number 10. And just that short pass, gets that pass in. And then touches down the outside center.
That pass cut out 4 defenders. You can say 5 attackers as well. And what a line from Megdoud. Collapses at the front row. There was that hip from the loose head player. You could tell that the player was scrummaging downwards, the number 1. That is the penalty for Algeria. They are going to the corner again. Hugo Veldu making sure that he finds good touch. Other forward is playing the number 9 duties. They set up that rolling maul. It's in the hands of Rain Barker at the back. And that's going to be the final nail in Cote d'Ivoire's coffin.
39.
That's a well-worked set-piece move. The Cote d'Ivoire defense did not align quickly enough to stop the rolling maul, and he gives it a beautiful hit, slices it through, the flags go up, and that's a beautiful conversion from Julien Caminati. From his teammates, Caminati finally finding his bearings. This is the motivational boost he needed from day one, because the T will be one of those places they rely on Algeria. All said and done, a slow match from Algeria and Cote d'Ivoire, but the losing finalists from last year showing in the second half that they are day and night better in quality. Just that Algeria showed the flash of what could lead them to another final. But we have come to the end of this second quarter final. Les Lions of Algeria beating Cote d'Ivoire by 41 points to 6. When we